threats.
Slap him in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes.
Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find 2 grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even playing a penny on it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Can somebody come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need immediate police assistance.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. Recent research from a leading motoring organisation estimates that the number of tickets issued by private parking companies over the first quarter of the current financial year has risen by nearly 700,000. Over the past 12 months, nearly 25,000 people contacted a leading advisory body to seek help with debts arising from parking fines. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Wolverhampton, West Midlands, chasing over £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
Who's next, then, bud? We've got next Mr. Radak Holland, and it's one of these accumulated parking fines, right? £2,312.44. It's quite a lot of parking fines, isn't it?
Mr. Holan received the fines after parking in a private car park without displaying a valid ticket.
Wolverhampton Road East.
The parking company escalated the case to the High Court. Now the agents are here to collect payment in full or seize goods to offset the debt today.
Hello? Hiya, madam, you alright?
Yeah.
We're looking for a Radak Holland.
You just live here?
Don't know him at all. My name's Gary Ball, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
You've never heard of this gentleman, no?
No.
Do you have a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill?
You know, you have to wait for my mother-in-law. She will come in a minute.
How long?
She just gone to the shop. She's got the agreement.
Alright, we'll wait for her then. Yeah. Thank you.
Despite the woman's claims, the agents know that Radek Holan is on the electoral roll at this address, so they had the right to investigate further.
Where are you originally from? Czech Republic.
Whilst the agents wait for the woman's relative to arrive, Gary looks for evidence that the debtor does in fact live here. And he immediately spots something.
Close enough, innit?
The utility bill and medicine box are in the name of Radek Holan, the defendant.
Did you tell us that you'd never heard of this gentleman?
No.
Radak Holland?
No.
No? Why is his tablets in the front room? These belong to the person we're looking for?
It seems that Radek does live here after all. Just then, the woman's mother-in-law arrives home.
Hello, madam. How are you?
Hello.
You okay? Don't want to speak to you, mate. I'm trying to introduce myself, but she's not listening. Hello there. Hello, how are you? You okay? So we're here with a High Court writ today for Mr. Radak Holland.
It's my son, I know he has staying.
Is your son?
Yes.
Okay, could you give him a call for us? We need to speak to him.
No, stay here, England. He's
Right.
going for Czech Republic.
So he's in the Czech Republic
Yes.
at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go back there.
He's got a wife there?
Yes.
Yeah. But he'll have a phone, won't he?
Co to říká?
Telefon.
The debtor's mother gets Radek on the phone. There's no offer of payment from Radek. but the agents have the right to remove any goods of value belonging to him in his absence. They start an inventory, but then another man appears.
Hello, sir. How are you? Is your English okay? You understand me? You understand me, okay?
I live in this side, yeah.
Oh, you're a neighbour?
Yeah.
The neighbour has come to act as translator.
So we'll be enforcing the writ here at this address today.
I know.
Unless we can get payment from Radak or from somebody on his behalf.
Yeah, I know. Which
All right.
name? I don't know. Not
Agreement.
Radak Holland.
For me,
Yeah.
for my uncle, for my son.
Has Radak
You know
never,
Radak.
has he never
He's
lived here?
mostly here.
Has he never lived here?
No.
No.
Well, he has medication here. So the situation is, I'm happy that this is the correct address.
Cea natură tutaj psyhole, to to może być takhle to řekni, že ne, že já prostě nedám nic. Nemůžu rubat si, já nedám nic, tak baráku, to je moje všechno. No.
It's really difficult when there's a language barrier. We don't know what the defendant's saying. We don't know what the defendant's saying to other people or what family members are saying to the defendant. Unfortunately, that's always going to be the case because I speak English and Gary speaks Brummie. So, those are the only two languages we have.
Despite the family's protests, the agents have the right to continue their inventory.
Are we sure? Because this does...
But the situation is causing tension.
Když mi brokem, když vám nám, když mi vemu, normálně tak to se to rozbije, aby ti to měla dát.
I can't speak Czech, I'm sorry.
No.
Do not
No,
start pushing me, because you'll be arrested, okay? Do not start pushing me, okay?
To je moje a hotovo.
With Radek's mother now threatening to destroy assets in the house, Matt and Gary will have to think on their feet to contain this unpredictable situation. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Wolverhampton, West Midlands, to recover just over £2,300 owed by Radek Holan for unpaid parking charges.
We're looking for a Radak Holland.
You just live here?
The woman they met said she hadn't heard of Radek, but the agents found evidence to the contrary.
These belong to the person we're looking for?
Then his mother said he was in the Czech Republic and got him on the phone. Radek didn't offer to pay, but when Gary and Matt began to list goods belonging to him, his mother became angry.
Do not start pushing me, because you'll be arrested, okay? Do not start pushing me, okay?
Now Matt must try and make Radek's mother understand his authority. He asks for the neighbours' help.
Could you please explain to the lady that it's a criminal offence to obstruct us in our duty? Okay. If she continues with that, she can be arrested for it, okay? Thank you.
Whilst Gary continues the inventory, Matt urges the family to get the debtor Radek back on the phone to try and get a payment.
Shall we try? Shall we try that? Yeah?
Radek's mother rings her son's mobile again.
Phone is switched off. Please try later.
But he now appears to be out of reach. So Gary and Matt have no other option but to continue to look for assets belonging to him.
Mixing deck.
Mixed deck. Beakers are.
But then, as Matt goes upstairs to look for assets in Radek's room, his mother calls him into her room.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Teď mi volala sestřenice, že mi půjčuje peníze, že do hodiny mu dám peníze, řekni. Teď mi volala.
I don't understand any of that.
Saying that her cousin just
My
told
cousin.
her that she will borrow her the money.
Teď jsem si...
Lovely.
2000, how much?
2,312.44. Right. If you want to go and get the money...
This now. Come in.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Maybe for 1 hour.
As quick as you can.
With a promise of payment in full, Matt goes downstairs to tell Gary to stop listing goods.
Stop for a minute, mate. She's going to go and collect the money.
Okay.
The woman and the neighbour go to pick up the money a relative has offered them.
Sometimes the best asset that a defendant may have is the family around him. And, that's what's needed to get the matter resolved. They will all rally round to help somebody that's in need. So you'll see mum, brother and sister all helping out to get somebody out of a situation.
An hour later, the woman returns.
Where are we then, sir?
Teď. Je me suis dans un petit site de belge, j'en aller vite.
only got £1,000.
You only got 1,000?
It seems she's come back with less than half of the money owed.
You've only got 1,000.
But it's still a substantial down payment. So Matt comes up with a solution and asks the neighbour to help explain.
Can you explain for me for a second?
Yes.
Okay. If I take the £1,000 today
Yes.
and then give a period of time,
Yeah.
not weekly, but a period of time to pay the rest of the money, will that help?
Okay.
Radek's mother pays the agents £1,000 in cash.
1,000.
Okay.
You happy? Good. You happy?
Matt leaves paperwork for Radek, stating he has 4 weeks to pay off the outstanding balance. If he doesn't, the agents will be back to seize his goods.
27 of 5, yeah? Come back.
27th of May, yeah, that's right.
But it seems the family may be hiding something from the agents.
All right.
Thank you.
So we're all done.
It's been a complex case for Matt and Gary.
It's so difficult. It's like having a 10-way conversation just to get the simplest facts across. As soon as we started making a list of goods, they realised that the situation was serious, and yeah, the best way to deal with it is to get it paid on his behalf if he's not here.
Research has shown that young people in the UK are increasingly falling into debt. Almost 2/3 of those who contacted a leading debt charity over the first half of 2017 were aged between 18 and 40. High Court enforcement agent Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor are in Warrington, Cheshire. They're here to recover just under £1,800 owed to a local veterinary practice.
We're off to see a Miss Amy Benson.
Right.
She's not paid her vet's bill.
The case began when Amy took her dog to a vet after an injury. But she refused to pay the bill as she claimed the dog had been misdiagnosed.
Vet bills usually aren't cheap, are they?
No, but that's what comes with having an animal.
After Amy didn't pay a county court judgment, the case was escalated to the High Court. Now she must pay the money she owes in full today.
Well, I can hear a dog, so... Oh, here we go. Hello there, I'm after Amy.
No, Amy's not in at the moment.
Right, are you able to get her on the phone? We're High Court enforcement agent. It's just regarding an outstanding balance.
Okay.
Alright.
With the door open, Stuart takes the opportunity to make peaceful entry.
Is it council tax?
No, not council tax. No, it's High Court writ. It's for veterinary practice.
Oh, I'm in court with them now.
It seems that the woman is Amy after all.
Basically, what's happening at the moment is we're to collect a balance. The balance is £1,704. If not, we are instructed to remove goods.
Amy calls her partner for help.
Dean, it's the vet's law. So once that misdiagnosed puppy, they want £1,000 off me. But I've already spoke to the head office about that. No, I've not had any other letters.
It was a CCJ, so it was a county court judgment, but because that hasn't been paid, they've obviously transferred it to the High Court.
Amy claims that she's appealing the case, but the High Court writ is active and must be enforced today.
Can you give me some time?
I can give you half an hour.
I can't really say now.
If not, we will have to take control of goods. But the problem is, if we do start removing goods, it goes up to £2,335. Then there's £30 a day storage for 7 days.
What about if I can get half of it?
It must be the full amount. That's why they've transferred it to the High Court.
None of the cars are mine.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I've had a car crash on Saturday, so that's some car.
Yeah.
What about this lint in a minute? It's my friend's. They won't be able to take it because it's not in my name.
Well, we need your friend to send a receipt over.
We need to see a receipt for it.
But I don't get. You can't take that money. It's definitely not
Yeah,
mine.
but we need to see a receipt for it.
As Amy has already lied about her identity, Stuart and Ian need proof that the Mini isn't hers. And while they wait, they begin an inventory of assets in the house.
The only things that's mine is the table in there, the beds. So you're going to have to. They're going to have to. There's nothing I can do. They're going to have to. There's nothing I can do, Mum. There's nothing at all I can do. I know, but there's nothing I can do. They're going to take the stuff. They're literally listing it now. The TV. Right, do you want to come down then? He's got the. You can't take the telly, love, because it's not mine.
Right, okay. Brilliant, you've got the receipt for it, that's fine. Hiya, mate, you're alright.
Have you got a receipt for the telly?
Yeah. £229 LC.
Brilliant. Right, I'll see that.
Cheers.
It seems that there's very little of any value in the house. Stuart's attention now focuses on the Mini.
She's still claiming that the Minis are friends. It's probably worth about 500 quid, 600 quid. So, just have to wait and see, I suppose.
The value of the Mini would cover about a third of the nearly £1,800 debt. But before he calls recovery, Stuart goes to ask Amy one more time whether she can pay anything today.
What's the best you can do?
200 quid. I'm not even lying, and I swear I can swear put my kids' lives on it. Now I can pay it in a certain day. My mum can lend it me on next Thursday. She gets paid.
Some jobs can be extremely sad. It's heartbreaking in a way once you see what people get themselves into through no fault of their own sometimes, but we can't think like that. We've just got to act with a duty of care and try and execute the rate in the most professional way as possible.
With the situation clearly taking its toll, Amy tries to increase her offer.
I'm not even going to avoid the matter, honest to God, I'm really not. I've got £200 in the bank that I've put set aside for a fridge freezer because it's broke, and I can give you that.
Amy has now doubled her original offer to £400. And her partner's parents have also offered to make up the figure to £600.
How can you make the payment?
It'll be £400 on card and £200 cash, is that right?
But to stop the Mini being taken, Stuart needs to be sure the balance will be paid.
Can you get it clear by next Thursday?
What, the whole of the amount?
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. How much can you lend me?
I can probably lend you about 5, 6. They've got paying rent, haven't they?
Alright, I'll try and I'll phone the I've got to phone the claimant, you see. I need to see what they say.
Stuart goes to call the claimant to see if a £600 down payment with a promise to pay the balance within 7 days is acceptable.
Hiya, John.
There's no value in the goods, sir.
The only thing is a 52 plate Mini.
So just to reiterate, that's £600 today, and then the balance on the
next Thursday.
Tomorrow. I'd accept that on the premise that the payment's made on the 15th.
Yeah. Cheers, John.
With the offer accepted, Stuart goes to tell Amy the good news.
Yeah, they've accepted that on the premise that it's cleared by next Thursday. How is it you can make that 600?
Then I'll pay 400 off my card. I know there's 400 on free in.
Yeah.
He's just going to pop out.
Amy's partner leaves to go and fetch the £200 from his parents. Whilst they wait for him to return, Amy is keen to tell her side of the story.
I bought a Yorkshire Terrier a couple of years back, and she was only 8 weeks. She got dropped off a little in shoulder. I rushed her to the emergency vets because she was in pain, and the vets made me aware that she was fine, nothing was broken, they were going to give her painkillers and release her. So I came home, I could see she was in severe pain even with the pain relief. So I took her back to my actual vets, and they made me aware that she had a broken fibula, broken tibia. She needed an ongoing operation, and her foot needed to be casted, as well as a leg. It's not like we've refused to pay something, we've refused to pay something that's not been right.
I think we're a nation of dog lovers. I've got a dog myself, and I'd do anything for him, no matter how much it costs. And when we do get debts that involve animals, I can fully understand why people get themselves into debt, because all you care for is their well-being.
15 minutes later, Amy's partner returns.
Anyways, it's like the 200, isn't it?
With the £600 down payment made in full, Stuart lists the Mini on a controlled goods agreement, which means that if the balance isn't paid within 7 days, the agents will be back to seize it, unless it's proved it doesn't belong to her.
Just need a quick signature off you, Amy, basically. Just basically means 600's been paid today, 1,105 to be made by the 15th. I've taken it upon myself to know, just by a judge of character, that you'll get it sorted, alright? That's everything that you need, Amy. Take it easy, Amy. Bye. See you later.
It's been a tricky case to resolve.
Every now and then you come across a young, working hard family that are just struggling. I just hope by next Thursday they can get it clear, because we will have to come back.
Stuart and Ian got the best result they could against the odds. But in Max and Paul's next case, an ex-City high flyer
Look at me, I'm shocked about this.
is forced to face reality.
At the end of the day, we are commanded by the High Court to seize goods if we can't raise the payment.
I'm not making a phone call to my dad unless it's too embarrassing.
Recent research has shown that owners of small and medium-sized businesses in the UK are coming under increasing financial pressure. Nearly a fifth of company owners resort to their own private savings to keep their businesses afloat, while almost 20% are missing paydays to make ends meet. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Max Caraher are in Docklands, East London. They have a writ to collect a debt of £5,000 owed by businessman Stephen Leary.
We're off to see Stephen Leary, and we're looking to collect £5,313.45.
The agents don't yet know exactly what the debt is for, but they've carried out some background research on the debtor.
There's an interesting note here, Paul. He's been disqualified under the Company Directors Disqualification Act.
The information suggests that the debt may be connected to a business venture gone wrong. And the research has also thrown up details of the car Mr. Leary owns.
The Mercedes estate. That's our defendant's vehicle. Shall I do the honours?
Max goes to clamp the Mercedes in the hope that the prospect of it being removed will prompt a swift payment.
It's a knock and a half, you practice that. Yeah.
Mr. Leary.
Hello, sir. My name's Max Caraher. This is my colleague Paul Bohill. We've got a High Court writ for you. Do you know about this matter?
No, what's this?
It's in regards to unpaid money that you owe £5,313.45.
Sorry, let's have a look.
You're welcome to see it. There's the writs on the back page.
5,000 for what was this?
The procedure at the moment is if we can't collect payment, we need to remove goods. We don't want it to get to that at all.
You seized your car.
What car?
The Mercedes.
Are you joking?
No.
You sure you don't know anything about it?
I don't know anything about this at all. I've checked my record, my credit check, and nothing's ever come up on this.
The frustrations of collecting debt, to me, are the actual time involved in, first and foremost, is getting down to the nuts and bolts of whether they know about the debt, which the courts have decided. All the notifications have been sent out. There is nothing that we can do.
As Mr. Leary's ignorance of the debt is holding the enforcement process up, Paul needs to help him focus.
The only wrinkle in this is if you've been barred as a director. Because if you're barred as a director, it could well go back to that.
I've been, yeah, but that was ages ago.
I know, but why was that?
It was a carbon trading company. But what's that got to do with
No, but we're just trying to get to why this writ is against you, and you appear to know nothing about it.
It seems that Paul's line of questioning may have hit a nerve.
I got disqualified as a director because the sales element to obviously selling the carbon credits was deemed that it was a mis-selling. So the whole market basically crashed.
Right.
So that was what it was.
It appears that 3 years ago, Mr. Leary was part of a company that was involved in the mis-selling of assets on the stock market. As a result, the government disqualified him from holding company directorships for 14 years.
I tried to make an appeal. And I got the ban, so it was harsh, but I got the ban, especially when I'm a director. And they don't give a shit about it.
It looks like Mr. Leary was going to appeal against the government's decision, but he decided to drop the case. But as the official department concerned had already paid for lawyers to fight the appeal, they took Mr. Leary to court to recover their costs.
The costs of the appeal costs?
Yes. That's the only thing I can think of it. But why make my solicitor notify me on that, which I'm fucking fuming about?
You paid your solicitor?
Yeah, I paid him. I paid him 1,200 quid on account, and then he said they might come back with time.
Yeah.
So they've obviously paid. But I said, well, look, you didn't tell me that at the start. He says, okay, I'll deal with it. And that was it. And I didn't hear anything else about it.
Mr. Leary gets his solicitor on the phone.
Hi, Robert. Miss Stephen, how you doing? I've had better days. The last record of events we had was they was asking for me to pay, or the solicitors to pay, the actual time that they put into the appeal, yeah, which was a couple of grand at the time. And then I said, well, look, Robert, that's we're going to have to obviously speak to them about it. I can't cover all this, Robert. It's not fair. So I've not received any correspondence because I thought you were directly dealing with them. So tell me what the last correspondence is you got.
We sent a letter to the court. I haven't got anything since then.
Remember you said any communication from now on goes through me, as in you. Do you remember that?
Stephen, what do you want me to do?
It appears that Mr. Leary's solicitor was unaware of any action to recover court costs connected to the appeal. And now Mr. Leary continues to insist he didn't receive any correspondence about the case either.
According to our paperwork, a letter was sent to this address now on the 1st of the 6th, 2017.
That is impossible. That is impossible.
I'm reading off of the paperwork that we get issued.
But do you honestly think I would let it come down to this date if I didn't actually get that letter? I've never received any letters. That's the only correspondence I would have received.
Because we are the end of the chain.
Yeah, I know you are. I wouldn't let it get to this point. Look at me, I'm shocked about all this.
Well, there's two possibilities here. You're in complete shock or you're a really good actor.
Despite Mr. Leary's protests, the agents are duty-bound to get the case resolved one way or another.
We've clamped your car, and if we remove the car, that's going to add to the bill, and we'll look around your flat and see if there's anything of value.
Well, you can't do that, surely. You have to get
we can.
Lawfully,
I know lawfully you can.
Yeah, it's not what we want to do, but
this is like... I'll have to lend this money if it's actually genuine. Sure. I haven't got no money in my bank account, huh?
Okay, but at the end of the day, we are commanded by the High Court to seize goods if we can't raise the payment.
You can't take goods out of my flat, man. Honestly, I can lend the money. If
my advice is
take the car, sure. But the car's worth about 4 grand as it is.
Not to us at trade value, I'm afraid. We're looking at about 1,200 for the car, which is why we don't want to take it. If you could have Plan B ready of somebody who can cover this bill for you.
I'm not making a phone call to my dad unless this is too embarrassing.
Enforcing a writ against somebody can be very embarrassing for them, and I do understand this. Employers could find out about it, your family could. You may have to resort to calling people who you really don't want to use as your last lifeline.
The agents have now been in the flat for over an hour, and Mr. Leary still hasn't made any attempt to raise the £5,000 he owes. Max has to make it clear what will happen if they have to remove goods.
That's the balance that's owed now, £5,313.45. If indeed we do have to remove goods, it does go to
No, go.
60.
I can make a call. I haven't got it in my bank account,
Okay.
but I've got family who can do it.
That's absolutely fine. May I suggest getting the ball rolling?
Realising that the debt could increase if he doesn't face it head-on, Mr. Leary reluctantly calls his father.
I'm so sorry, Dad. This is so embarrassing. It seemed genuine. I've seen the higher court order, but I've not received one fucking letter through the door. Otherwise, I would never allow it to get to this.
Mr. Leary's father agrees to pay off his son's debt in full.
What's wrong? Steve.
Yes, no. Hello, sir. Is this Steve? I believe you are going to help your son out. Brilliant. I'll pass you back over. Thanks very much for that, sir.
Thanks to Mr. Leary's father, the case is finally resolved.
Yeah, thanks for your time, anyway, especially on the training chaps.
That's all right. Stephen, sorry we had to meet like this. We'll leave you to it. Take care, Stephen. Thanks very much. Justice has been served.
Yes, I feel good about that. I'm now walking tall.
More than 300,000 people contacted a leading debt charity over the first half of 2017 to seek help with their debts. The charity's figures show that the number of people falling behind on debt repayments has nearly doubled since the beginning of the decade. 6 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way to West Derby, Merseyside, on a revisit to collect over £10,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
Right, Stuart, you're taking me back to one of your cases.
Yes.
Why are you taking me back?
Me and Ian went 2 weeks ago. There was nobody in.
Unusually, the agents have two writs for the same address.
The claimant's the same, but for two different people.
Two different...
And from what I know, it's parking.
One of the writs is for Mrs. Ron Key, and another for Mrs. Key Wei Ning, both members of the same family, who between them have racked up one of the largest parking fine debts the agents have ever seen.
The one outstanding balance is £5,078, and the other one is £5,759.
On arrival, Stuart spots two Mercedes parked outside the house.
The 57 plate is the one that me and Ian saw the other week.
The red and blue Mercedes are the cars that the fines were accrued in.
Did you want to knock on?
Yeah, I'll do that, mate.
Immediately, Stuart decides to clamp the cars, as they could be valuable leverage if no offer of payment is made.
It's all about finding a trigger point. It makes people actually take it seriously when we've taken control of something that they don't want to lose. It could be various goods, it could be one particular item that they don't want us to take.
Stuart and Vic are hoping that with an early morning visit, they'll find both the debtors at home.
Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey.
It's not the loudest doorbell. Not even a curtain.
Despite the early hour, no one is coming to the door.
So we're just going to have to wait, aren't we? Nothing much else we can do.
Yeah.
But the agents suspect that someone is at home.
So we're waiting in the van for a bit, so they can see we're not going anywhere.
While they wait, Stuart spots a new email from the office on his phone.
Jackie Lamb called, spoke to Jackie Client, said that the son is the person who's got the PCNs.
It seems that a man, Jackie Lamb, has called the office to say that he incurred the parking fines in his grandmother's and his mother's cars.
I spoke to debtor and okay to talk to him about the case.
It appears that Mr. Lamb now wants to take full responsibility for the fines and get the case resolved.
There is someone here.
Let's go. Let's have a chat with him.
And it seems he might be at home.
Morning. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. We've got 2 writs here, right?
How much do we make?
Well, the one balance is £5,759 and the other balance is £5,078.
I think the most I can do is probably about £100 or £200.
£200 not going to pay it, right? The debt is over £10,000.
As Mr. Lamb's offer doesn't even scratch the surface of the £10,000 owed, the agents have to make it clear that both the cars are at risk of being seized.
Both cars are registered to each defendant.
They will go into storage for 7 days, and then after the 7 days, if they get sold at auction, whatever they fetch for will go towards the debt.
But as the cars are likely to only fetch a third of the total amount owed, the agents decide that they need to look inside the house for other assets to seize.
We've taken control of goods inside the property as well, you understand that? It's not just going to be the vehicles.
Can't you just take the cars to that?
No, it's not going to clear the debt. Because unfortunately it's come to this now, so this is the end of the road.
Mr. Lamb's mother, Mrs. Ning, has overheard the conversation.
You can't get this. This is not this.
Yes, I can. I've got a High Court writ in both names at this property. So if we go through the property, we'll look at the rest of the stuff. Because the cars won't clear the debt.
Despite Mrs. Ning's protests, the agents are duty-bound to search the house for other assets to seize, along with the cars.
This TV is broken. It's everything broken. This is.
But it soon becomes clear there aren't enough high-value assets to cover the rest of the debt.
The goods here won't clear it. The goods. You can't raise any money today.
Not today, it's even in the future I have no money because now I have no money. I just I can't give any money.
With payment looking unlikely and not enough assets to cover the £10,000 owed, it looks like the agents have reached a dead end. Stuart and Vic will have to think on their feet to get this case resolved. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in West Derby, Merseyside, to recover over £10,000 in unpaid parking fines.
The claimant's the same, but for 2 different people.
Nobody appeared to be in.
It's not the loudest doorbell.
Then Stuart discovered that the fines had been racked up by the son of the family, Jackie Lamb, in his relatives' cars.
Can't you just take the cars to that?
No, it's not going to clear the debt.
But it soon became apparent the family couldn't afford to pay.
I have no money because now I have no money. I just I can't give any money.
Now, Mr. Lamb wants to tell the agents more about how he managed to accrue thousands of pounds worth of parking fines.
I was parking behind my shop here, so I was unloading in the road in there. So why should I be allowed to do that? I still need to have access to my shop, and if it's on the high street, I can't load it.
It seems that Mr. Lamb ran up the fines loading goods on a stretch of private land outside the family shop.
I understand your side of it, so you know, you need to unload and load, don't you? I understand that. That's something you need to speak to the landlord about. I don't think the younger generation understand the consequences of not paying fines. They just think it'll go away, it's never going to happen to me, they're never going to chase me. And the problem is, if you keep on doing it, it's going to cost you more money in the long term rather than dealing with the matter there and then.
The agents have now been at the house for over an hour. With no improvement on Jackie's original £200 offer, it looks like all Stuart and Vic can do is to seize the cars outside. Stuart goes to check them out again.
We've had a look around the house. There's nothing much really of value apart from the 2 vehicles. It's a shame, really, but at the end of the day, if you can't pay your writ, then we'll have to take control of goods.
But then a call comes through.
Mercedes, Tez on finance, mate.
Right, okay. Cheers, bye-bye. Red one's on finance.
With the red Mercedes out of bounds, the agents are now left with just one vehicle. But as its value at auction is less than £1,000 after removal and storage costs have been deducted, Vic asks the family again whether they can pay any more today.
Can you pay £1,000 today?
No, I hope I can have £1,000.
She said 200 today, which is literally all the cash we have.
Okay.
And then 150 every month.
In some cases, it's pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do. You can't take blood from the old saying, you can't take blood from a stone. But some cases we'll work it as hard as we can for as long as we can. But at the end of the day, if there's no money, no funds, it's just a dead end.
The agents have now been at the house for an hour and a half. With no chance of any more money being offered today, Stuart and Vic's only option is to set up an affordable payment plan.
Let's see if they can afford what they can afford monthly.
Yeah, go on.
What can you pay monthly?
Max is 100 and 150 max. I can't pay over 150.
150 per month. Right, so if we say 200 today and then 150 per month, yeah? But that blue milk will still have to go, so we'll put it to the claimant.
I'll give them a ring.
Stuart calls the office to see whether the family's offer of the car plus £200 today, together with a repayment plan, is acceptable to the claimant.
Hiya, John, you alright? They can pay £200 today, then £150 a month. Cheers, John.
The offer has been accepted.
So we're trying to give you a bit of a lifeline here.
佢話即係你而家佢就去藍色車就會走，黃色車因為係翻藍，所以你攞唔走。佢哋佢又今日唔攞你鋼琴，唔攞你雪櫃，唔攞你嗰啲乜嘢。我今日你俾200磅，之後每個月150。When does the payment start? I'm guessing 200 today.
200 today, 150 per month.
Yeah.
Mr. Lamb pays the £200 down payment.
I'll just count that out while we're here.
Moments later, the recovery truck arrives to take away the blue Mercedes.
The vehicle's going to get removed now. It's stored for 7 days at an auction house.
The case is resolved for now. But if the repayment plan isn't stuck to, the agents will be back.
The moral of the story is, Vic, pay your parking fines.
If you don't pay, we'll take it away.
Threats. Anger. Desperation.
Dad, I need to find £2,000 within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK.
Somebody come to the door, please.
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents, dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
they'll take it away. Pubs across the UK are facing increasing financial pressures. Rising costs have forced 25,000 pubs to close down over the last 40 years. Recent research reveals that more than 70% of pubs have poor credit ratings, and more than a third have been asked to make large upfront payments for their energy supply. Gary Gary Brown and Paul Bowhill are High Court enforcement agents. Today they're in Deal, Kent, with a writ to recover a debt for unpaid utility bills.
So our next address then is a pub called The Sportsman. The limited company running it is called Village Ales Limited.
It's lunchtime and the agents are hoping to find the company's directors at the pub.
Opened an hour and a half ago, so there's probably going to be some customers there. But they owe £2,582.37. I imagine this is going to be the most excitement this village has seen for the last 50 years. Is that it?
If the directors can't or won't pay today, the writ instructs the agents to remove assets belonging to the company to cover the debt.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there someone we can speak to who are part of the company, the Village Ales Limited, please?
They're not here anymore.
Aren't they?
They're not here.
Oh. How long have they been gone?
October.
Really?
Yes.
And who's here now?
Me. I own the building.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you need?
I just need something to show VAT registration, licence, employer's liability.
I live on the car park.
Okay, that's fine. We'll wait. We'll keep our hands in our pockets.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
While the woman leaves to find the paperwork proving ownership, Gary turns detective and investigates the pub online.
This is a Sportsman pub in Kent. You've got Village Ales Limited named underneath. I found the two directors as well.
His paperwork includes a photo of the two directors, Jamie Coleman and Mark Holland.
Is that them, I take it? The two people? This could be mother of one of them.
Might be more of a connection than what she's leading us to believe. I'm just suspicious.
The woman returns with her paperwork.
That's me. That's my licence.
Okay.
The tax bill. Everything's in my name.
Janice Coleman?
Yeah.
She appears to share a surname with one of the directors.
Are you a family member of Jamie by any chance?
It was Mark Holland that was here before, trading as Village Ales, and I believe that they wound it up.
Their company's still active. Is Jamie a family member?
Yes, he is, but I'm nothing to do with Village Ales. It was Mark Holland.
Jamie is a director of that company as well.
That's nothing to do with me.
Right.
I rented it out to his father-in-law, Mark Holland. They weren't here long, and they left.
Is there a chance that if we spoke to Mark or Jamie, that they would just pay this?
Sort it out with them because it's nothing to do with me.
Could you get them on the phone?
I don't know, and Mark's phone.
And who is Jamie to you?
Right.
Janice, who is Jamie to you? Is he your son?
I don't know.
You're dodging around this question. You're dodging around answering it. Who is Jamie to you?
Holland. He is my son, yes.
Thank you.
Now Gary has established Janice Coleman's relationship to the director, Jamie Coleman. Paul is keen to check who currently holds the pub licence.
That's the licence, okay.
It doesn't actually say Janice Coleman, it says J. Coleman.
Oh, well, it is me. If you ring them up and find out.
Janice, to me you seem a bit cagey when I asked you about Jamie.
Because he's nothing to do with me.
If Janice can't prove that the assets in the pub now belong to her, the agents have the right to remove them, putting her business at serious risk.
Where's the inventory for the contents of the pub? I mean, you must have rented. You must have rented it. Can we see that, please?
Yeah. Well, the trouble is, it takes me time to go and
No,
get
that's
it,
okay.
find
That's
it.
all right.
I've got so much paperwork.
Could we see the inventory? Thank you. Okay. All right.
Before you go, Janice, can I take Jamie's phone number, please?
It's okay. I'll just go and get it. I'll put it on me. I'll go and get it. Okay.
See how cagey she was when I put it to her about her son? She comes across as having something to hide because
totally.
of the way
I
that
agree.
she's
Well, just everything.
not dealing with the question.
From the
very
minute
well.
she walked back in here.
I'll snip out the back.
Janice's behaviour has made Gary suspicious.
You all right, mate? I've not seen you before. Can I take your name? What's your name, mate? My name is Gary Brown. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
All right.
What's your name?
Get to my boss.
I just need to know your name, mate.
Gary checks the photograph of the company directors.
Jamie Coleman?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Gary has found his man.
It's all unravelling now, isn't it?
The agents have tracked down one of the company's directors, Jamie Coleman. But if he can't pay the £2,500 owed, everything in the pub could be seized. Gary Brown and Paul Bowhill were in Deal, Kent, to recover a debt for unpaid utility bills owed by Village Ales Limited.
They're not here anymore.
The woman behind the bar told them she had taken over the pub and had nothing to do with the company. But Gary was suspicious. He decided to investigate.
I'll snip out the back.
And discovered her son, Jamie, one of the company directors, hiding in the kitchen.
It's all unravelling now, isn't it?
Now, the agents want to question him about the company's debt.
We got a writ here from the electricity company for £2,582.37. Are you able to pay that, please?
No, I don't work. I have no money, nothing.
Can you tell us the history of Village Ales Limited?
Yeah, me and my other business partner were supposed to do it. We tried it. We went bust. That's the end goal.
Yeah, you can't just remove a company.
No, I know.
like that. It's either got to go into liquidation. You can't just cease to.
Which is what they're looking at doing.
No, they're not, Jamie.
Yeah, we're still on there. I know that.
It's an active company.
All right, I have no money, so if you're going to arrest me and take me away, do that. I don't work. I have no money, nothing.
Okay, there's no need to get excited.
As Village Ales Limited is still trading, the agents can seize any assets in the pub that belong to the company to pay off the debt.
None of this property in this building belongs to me. I don't.
It's not you, the company.
No, the company owns nothing in this building. We took it on as it.
Well, the mother's looking for the proof of that at the moment.
A few minutes later, Jamie's mother returns with more paperwork for the agents.
So what you're showing me here is...
That's the contract I had.
Right.
Okay? Which what I had when they took over. But they left and I took back in October.
The contract shows that Village Ales Limited took over the pub, but not that the business has passed back into Janice's hands.
There's nothing on this that tells me that Village Ales is no longer here.
Look, well, I was told they folded.
Well, they haven't folded.
Well, what am I supposed
You were
to
told.
do?
Well, Janice, the director is there. When you say you were told, he's there.
They told me that they folded the company.
The contents aren't mine, so what do you want from me? That's my question.
I'm asking you as the director of Village Ales Limited, can you arrange these funds to be paid?
I have no money in the to be able to direct.
Okay. Do you know anyone that can help?
It's Mark Holland on that list.
Yes, but Village Ales Limited is calm down.
Can you get Mark Holland on the phone, please?
There's nothing to do.
Can you get Mark Holland on the phone? Why not?
I can't because I'm not willing to.
You're not willing to?
Gary.
I can't because he's at work. I'm not going to disturb him at work.
Okay, well, I'm going to disturb your business by removing goods soon.
But that's not.
Because it's mine and it's on here. How can you take my stuff?
Well, you've shown me a tenancy agreement showing that they took over. You haven't shown me anything that they ceased the tenancy.
Calm down.
No, honestly.
I know what you like.
I asked Jamie if he can ring Mark, and he said no, because I don't want to.
No, because it's mine. This is my doing.
Well, according to this, it's also Mark's.
Yes, because I couldn't afford to pay the bills because you ripped us off with rent.
But with no sign of the debt being paid, Gary gives Jamie an ultimatum.
We've been here since 20 to 2. Jamie, you have until 2:30. If we just walk in and say, can you pay this? They're not going to pay it. They need the pressure to motivate them. They've got until 2:30, which is another 5 minutes, and then we're going to start removing goods.
Gary's deadline has now expired.
I'm going to start writing an inventory out of goods to be removed. I will leave you a list of that inventory. You have between now until the truck gets here to pay it.
John, it's at Paul Bowhill. We're at the Sportsman pub, the one we spoke to you about earlier. What we're looking at is we need a Luton van, ideally with a tail lift.
With the van ordered, Janice decides to bail out her son and settle the £2,500 debt in full.
If I pay it now, we can leave it alone and just go.
Yeah.
Right, here you go. See if it'll work. I've extended my credit.
The pressure has worked eventually. Mum is saying that she's going to pay it. It's probably the sensible way forward for them from a business point of view. It means that either they get us out of their property and they can carry on trading. Okay, that's gone through. That's it. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Bye. All I want is the truth. So when they're being evasive and they're trying to hide behind limited company status, whether they're there or not there anymore, to avoid paying a debt, I've got no sympathy at all.
Research from a leading homelessness charity reveals that more than 2/3 of low-earning private renters in Britain are falling into rent arrears. Last year, average rents rose by more than a quarter since the beginning of the decade, forcing 500,000 low earners to borrow money to cover their costs. Croxteth, Liverpool. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor have a writ to evict tenant Michelle Mayher. Michelle hasn't paid any rent to her landlord for 10 months, and she must leave today.
Vic, it's raining, it's cold, it's wet, it's Croxteth.
But this is no ordinary eviction. As well as repossessing the property, the agents have another writ to recover the outstanding rent from the tenant.
How much do they owe us?
£4,163.
Interesting.
If Michelle can't or won't pay, she's at risk of losing her possessions as well as her home.
Let's go. Have a chat. So am I collecting the £4,000 and you doing the possession?
No, we're doing it together. But might as well be a reason.
Hello? Hello? Can somebody come to the door, please? We're High Court enforcement agents.
With no answer, the agents use the key given to them by the landlord.
Hello?
Hello? High Court enforcement? Hello?
Is anybody in?
We've got a dog in a kennel. Alright, boy. Are you okay? Oh, shame. Don't worry. Hello?
No one appears to be in, but the agents need to double check that the house is empty.
Oh, yeah. Got another room going up here. Hello? When you're entering a property on a possession order, you just got to be alert. You know, you don't know what to expect. And you don't know who's in the property or if they're upstairs or not. So you have to be wide awake and take in everything. That's why it's good to work in teams.
No one in?
No. Hello?
But then Stuart makes an alarming discovery.
Yeah, what's that? We'll have to phone the police.
.22 caliber. Made in Turkey. There's one. There's two.
The agents think the guns are air rifles, but Stuart has a legal obligation to get them checked over.
Hi Jesse, wonder if you can. My name's Stuart McCracken, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're currently acting out a possession order on a property, and we found two .22 caliber air rifles in a house, and I was just wondering whether there's any officers available just to check them out, because we're not really too sure whether they're any danger or not. Brilliant, thank you so much for your help. Alright, bye bye. Yeah, they're going to send someone round just to make sure that they are kosher, because there's a zero tolerance on gun culture in Liverpool.
The police are on their way, but there's still no sign of the tenant.
We'll wait for the police to turn up, get the locks changed.
And then if no one comes back to the property...
We'll have to phone the RSPCA.
Yeah, because we can't leave the little dog behind, can we? Not much else here.
Stop putting your paw up, will you? Oh, Vic.
Cute dog, eh?
I want to take the dog.
But moments later, someone arrives at the house.
Hi there.
Hi.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm Michelle's partner.
Is it Paul?
Yeah. Why are you looking at my rifles?
Well, when we go into a property where there's no one home, we have to open up and see what's inside by law.
We've got a writ of possession made to take over the property, so you need to see what you can do.
We only need, well, I've got a property
Yeah.
to go to.
Alright, okay.
But it's just not ready yet today.
Yeah. You got an hour to collect what you need. As simple as that, mate.
You'll have 7 days to come back, so when the other property is ready in 2 or 3 days, you can then move whatever's yours directly into that. But
That's at school, she's got to come home to all this. I'm not even registered as a tenant of the house. I just come to look after my daughter and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Is it you and Michelle's daughter?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I say. I'll leave all my bits here because I lost my mum a couple of years ago. And
but you do live here at the moment.
In and out.
Yeah.
As I say, I spend some time with my sisters. We're not together, me and Michelle. I just want to look after my little girl.
Yeah. When we do go to evictions, emotions run high. It's the worst day in most people's lives, and it can turn families upside down. Where they're going to go, how they're going to deal with the situation, what's going to happen to the stuff.
The situation is taking its toll on Paul. But Stuart has to make it clear they have more than one writ to enforce.
We've got a balance to collect as well, owed to the landlord.
Do you know if Michelle will have that money?
No, she's a community carer.
Michelle, the tenant, is at work, but the agents need to make Paul aware that they could remove goods to offset the £4,000 she owes, even in her absence.
So we're also here to seize goods to the value of.
Stuff that's mine and the little girls.
Yeah, we need to see evidence of that, like a sales invoice or something like that, or a sales receipt for the goods, I'm afraid.
Well, obviously things like that aren't Michelle's.
I don't know. I can't take assumptions, I'm afraid. So everything that we do take today is stored for 7 days. Anything of value.
We haven't got that much of value.
Well, that's where we stand, mate. Just take a minute, like I said.
Sorry, we've been trying so hard to get
I know.
out of town.
Yeah.
It's a gift off me, Mum. I can get a receipt from Electric Care Board this
Yeah.
daughter for a birthday. I'm meant to be taking her shooting tomorrow for a birthday.
Yeah.
She's school. Not like this has ever happened to me before. You have to excuse me.
No, of course. No. Take as much time as you need. Having two separate writs is very tough, but on the other side of it, you need to remember that there is a landlord there that is missing thousands of pounds worth of rent, and it needs to be paid one way or another. We're there to represent the landlord, and we're there to get a result.
20 minutes after they were called, the police arrived to check out the guns.
Hello, officer, you okay?
Hello, you alright?
Yeah.
This is what you find, is it?
Yeah.
They are both under £12 foot of pressure. The magazine goes in there and the chamber is free. Would you mind if I just
I'd rather if you didn't, mate.
Yeah.
Just put it down
Right,
for us
yeah.
if that's okay.
The police confirmed that the guns are air rifles and are not powerful enough to require a licence.
Okay, that's perfect. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The officers leave, and moments later, Michelle arrives home.
We have started back and we've just got nowhere to go because we got let down on the house.
It's a writ of control and a writ of possession. So anything of value will be seized to offset the debt, which is £4,163.68.
Basically, Michelle, can I just explain to you quickly?
Yeah, but I need to get because I want to get going.
No, I appreciate that. You've got like an hour, right, to gather what you can take personal belongings,
We've got
etc.,
7
etc.
days to remove everything that's ours.
As Michelle and Paul start to pack some essentials, the agents make an inventory of goods in the house. But there doesn't appear to be anything of value. As Paul hasn't provided proof that the air rifles are his, they appear to be the only items worth seizing. Stuart phones the office for advice.
There's nothing really of value in the house apart from 2 air rifles, which I reckon are worth a couple of £100, but it's whether we want to have them removed or not. They can't really confirm who they belong to, so I just wanted to see. Yeah, so we'll take it from there. Cheers, Mike. Thanks for letting me know.
The office advised that because the guns would have to be stored in a specialist facility, the cost of removing them will outweigh their value.
We won't be taking the guns, mate.
So I can keep them?
You can keep them, no problem at all.
I feel like hooking you,
No.
that was me totally.
No, we won't be taking the guns, mate.
With nothing else they can seize, all the agents can do now is complete the eviction.
Would you help me carry Ellie up to
Yeah, of course I will. If you want to pop it in my van, I'll quite happily look after her. No. I'm a dog man, you see. Gorgeous dog.
Just as Michelle and Paul leave, the landlord, Jan, and her partner arrive.
Hi. Hiya. You know Paul? Yeah. You want to come in?
And she tells the agent some surprising news.
We were friends. She used to look after my children when they were little.
How long has she lived here?
4 years.
Oh.
They haven't paid rent for 10 months.
Jan may have got her house back, but she's still £4,000 out of pocket.
What's happening about the risk of control?
There's nothing here of value. There's about 250 quid's worth of stuff in this house, and it's going to cost 300 quid to store it. But we'll get them at the new address, and we'll take it from there.
The case is resolved for now. But as the arrears are still outstanding, Michelle may face further action. Stuart and Vic faced a complex situation. But in Gary and Connor's next case, a life-changing debt.
All 5 of you are still liable for £83,487.15.
Leaves a family torn apart.
It's sad because all 5 of them are my brothers. Money, isn't it? Money, money and greed.
Last year, more county court judgments were issued against individuals in England and Wales than any other year on record. The number of judgments rose by nearly a quarter since the previous year and exceeded 900,000. (6:30 a.m). High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Palmer's Green, North London. They have a writ to recover a large debt of over £80,000 owed in unpaid legal fees.
Today we have a huge case. Yep. For 5 individual debtors at 5 individual addresses, owing a total of £83,487.15.
It's all about the pennies.
The debtors are siblings. Following their father's death, the eldest brother became the sole beneficiary of his estate. The siblings contested the will but lost the case and were ordered to pay their brother's costs.
I think I'm going to have to play this really softly.
Not too soft, we want to get 80 grand out of them.
We need to get in to see their circumstances.
Each debtor is individually liable for the whole amount on the writ. But as Gary knows that it's unlikely that any one person will pay in full, he needs to collect a share of at least £16,000 from each of the siblings.
This is it here.
Vangelia Kumis, also known as Angela, is the first on the list.
Hi, can I speak to Evangelia, please? Sorry?
It's me.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything.
I'll explain what it's about. It's a legal matter. We have a High Court writ against you, and 4 other people have been taken to court. I'm assuming you know what it's about.
I know what it's about, yeah.
What is it about?
It's about a will.
Right. So we've been instructed to enforce the writ against all of you and try and recover the £83,487.15 outstanding. Have you got the means to pay something?
No, because that's why I haven't paid it. It was a big, massive court case. We lost the case, and his costs were awarded against us.
It's a bit different, this case, to how we enforce most cases. Most cases, just one person at one address. Yeah, sure.
I wasn't expecting this.
Although she would have received notice of the agent's visit, Angela is clearly shocked by the sheer scale of the debt.
Have you got access to anything?
I check my accounts, but there's no way I'll be able to pay at this stage in time. I can't pay my share. I haven't got all the funds.
It's a shame when it comes down to this.
But it was a lot of money. It was millions.
Yeah.
It was a couple of millions. So we thought Dad was a wealthy man. My dad was a very wealthy man. We all expected him to share equally because this is what he said to us. But it turned out he just gave it to Antonakis.
What we do need to do, though, is come to some sort of arrangement and the balance start to be paid off.
I'll have to ask Jack, my brother Jack, to pay my share, and then I'll pay him in instalments.
Do you think he'd be able to pay your share and his share?
No, I don't think so. Or no, he might not either. He might say, per debt, she pays for it.
Do you want to ring him while we're here?
Angela gets her brother Jack on the phone.
Yeah, hello, Giacomo. Are you sitting down? He's taken out a county court judgment against all of us, and you're the bailiffs, aren't you? Yeah, the bailiffs have come to my house. We've got to today. You want something today?
Could I speak to him?
Yeah, shall I pass him over to you, Giacomo? Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, mate. My name's Gary Brown. I'm the enforcement agent. All five of you taken to court and ordered to pay $83,487.
It's just a never-ending story.
Jack, how much could you raise today?
Maybe 10k possibly.
Okay.
I can call some favours. It's going to be a struggle anyway, but I'll get it.
It's not good news. Jack can't even cover his own share.
Well, this is like I'm in a nightmare. That's what it feels like.
Now the agents have no choice but to look for goods to seize to offset at least part of the debt.
I'm sure we'll have a look around and see what goods are upstairs.
If you check, the house is not in my husband's house. Everything is my husband's.
But how long have you both been married?
We've been married a long time.
Yeah, so it would be believed that you own some of the goods in the house.
He'll have a heart attack, and he will kill me.
With no proof that assets in the house don't belong to Angela, Connor continues the inventory. But then she makes a surprising offer.
My last bank statement was 8,000, and I thought, should I be paid this? I'd have 9,000, maybe 10,000 properly. I don't want to ask my husband.
Angela thinks she can find £10,000. It's less than her share, but it seems it's the best she can do.
One of the things I'm conscious of is your husband's reaction if you were to.
See, I don't want to tell him straight away.
So, in light of that, I'm going to accept £20,000 today.
Thank you very much.
Between yourself and Jack.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
God bless you. Thank you.
It just
me and Jack can do that.
It just takes the pressure off a bit, doesn't it? I don't want to be the ultimate cause of a breakdown in a marriage because...
It's a breakdown in a marriage, to breakdown in a person as well.
When I deal with complicated family disputes, I try and keep an open mind and try and gain the trust of the defendants involved, that you will treat everybody fairly and ultimately come out with a decision at the end of it that is suitable for everyone.
Angela agrees to pay the £20,000 later that day.
Angela, can I just get your signature on this paperwork, please? This is the breakdown, so £20,000 to be paid by 4 o'clock today.
But before the agents leave, she gets another brother, James, on the phone.
Now he would want to speak to you now. Do you want to speak to him now? Because he's here. He's right here in my house.
Hello?
Hello there, hi.
Hi.
Well, there's nothing I can do. I haven't got access to accounts to pay you anything now. I can try and sort something out next week.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Gary comes to an agreement with James that he will pay £10,000 in 6 days. But now all 3 debtors so far have underpaid their share.
Nice to meet you. I'm sure it wasn't under nicer circumstances.
See you again.
Hopefully not, no.
Hopefully not. Thank you. Thank you.
In a nice way.
Alright.
Alright. Ta-da. Take care.
Now Gary and Connor have to see if the last 2 brothers named on the writ can clear the balance of £53,000. But since the court case, they've not spoken to the rest of the family.
It's sad because all 5 of them are my brothers, all of them, and we grew up together, we worked together, we did everything together. Now look, it's all
that's the boys, really.
Money, isn't it? Money and greed.
Angela's estranged brothers, Andros and Christopher, live less than 5 minutes away.
I'm not expecting too much. They're not going to be best pleased about us turning up expecting to take money from them, especially if they don't have a relationship with the other 3.
But as the judgment says, they are liable for it.
The brothers live in the same block of flats.
Right, we're in.
Gary and Connor try Christopher first.
Hi, my name is Gary Brown. I'm High Court Enforcement. Yeah. Could you buzz me in, please?
No, I can't.
Can I speak to Chris Kumis, please?
Not here.
Can you let me in so I can explain what this is about?
No, I can't let you in because Chris is not here. I don't know who you are.
I've just told you I am a High Court Enforcement.
I can't see you and I can't see no evidence.
Well, do you want me to show you some ID?
No, thank you.
As Christopher's partner won't let them in, the agents call on Andros.
Hi there, Andros Kumis.
That's me, yes.
Hi, my name's Gary Brown. We're enforcement agents.
Come on.
Thank you. That's all right.
Because I know we've had a debt because we lost the case.
The thing is, all 5 of you are still liable for £83,487.15.
Right.
That's
Why
including...
the 83? That includes fees.
That's, yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay, fine. Yes, have a look.
Angela said she can find 10 grand by the end of the day.
And you're aware we don't actually mix?
Yeah.
Right, that's it, yeah. Right, okay. She can find a whole lot.
She's...
But if we end up paying, we'll gang after them 3. It's as simple as that. And they go, why should we pay the whole lot?
Just then, Christopher appears.
What's happened then?
Oh, they haven't paid.
None. Right.
Yeah. We knew this might happen.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen now is, which is what we wanted to avoid, we didn't want any extra charges, and now what's happening is we have to pay it.
Yeah, and then chase them.
I'll speak to our solicitors today. I'll get him to send the remaining funds that he can. And I reckon by Wednesday, Thursday, we should be ready to
clear it.
Yeah, clear it.
It's an unexpected turn of events. Andros and Christopher quickly agree to pay the shortfall of £53,000. But as they've paid more than their siblings, they intend to take them to court.
You're offered to do the transfer, yeah?
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you very much.
With £53,000 paid today and a promise of a further 30, it's been a remarkable case for the agents.
Initially, I was looking at this case thinking, how am I going to play this? It's going to be a nightmare. But I haven't expected the responses we've had today at all. Cracking job.
A recent survey has revealed that nearly 3/4 of small businesses in London say business rates are the most important problem they face. More than 6 in 10 have seen an increase in their business rates over the last year, and almost 2/3 have seen a negative impact on their business as a direct result. High Court Enforcement agents Max Caraher and Paul Bohill are in East London to collect a debt of nearly £2,000. It's owed by a shop to a business rates consultancy.
We're off to see Mr. Moshin Laquat, trading as Daniel Halal Meat, and we're looking to collect £1,710.12. They made a part payment of £200 and that's it.
The business is a butcher's shop.
Have you enforced a writ in a butcher's before?
No.
Knives and meat cleavers everywhere.
Don't panic then.
I never panic when I'm working with you.
The writ instructs Max and Paul to collect full payment today or remove assets to cover the debt.
Right, let's go and see the butcher.
I'll just hold back slightly so you can rush in.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Hi guys. Can I speak to the manager, please? He's not here. Could you get him on the phone for me, please? We're enforcement agents here with the High Court writ. What's your boss's name? Mobashin Nawaz. And who's Moshin Liquat? You don't know him?
One of the butchers gets the manager, Mr. Nawaz, on the phone.
The manager? Yeah. Oh, brilliant, thank you. Hi, is that Mr. Liquat? He's not here anymore. And you say he's been gone for a long time. Okay, we're going to need to see proof of that. Thanks very much. Cheers, mate. Bye. He's coming down. He says it'll be about 20-25 minutes. We're going to have a look around at the paperwork and documents. Sorry, guys.
Max wants to check that everything he's being told is true.
Receipts from yesterday. Whoa!
Behind the counter is the notification of enforcement the agents have sent to Mr. Liaquat.
This is what caused them to make the payment, isn't it?
Max receives another phone call from the manager, Mr. Nawaz.
Who's this? The owner?
Yeah.
He now claims that he owns the business.
You bought the shop off of him nearly a year ago. Okay, I'm going to need to see documentation for that because we've just found our notification of enforcement here in the paperwork.
Whilst Max is on the phone, a man arrives. He says that he is the uncle of Mr. Nawaz, who claims to be the current owner.
Yeah, why does it happen?
There's a High Court writ being issued here.
Yeah.
And the person named on is Moshin Liquat.
Yeah, he's gone from here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
This shop,
yeah.
Is it a limited company?
I think so, sole trader. Mobashin Nawaz.
Right, is he here? Where is he?
He's coming now.
Okay, well we'll just wait for him.
Right, I'm going to start an inventory.
Max is sceptical and starts to make an inventory of assets. If Mr. Nawaz can't prove the goods belong to him, they can be seized. At the same time, Paul tries a different tactic.
If I can go beyond this, there's an easy way of dealing with this. Is pay this and take it up with the other guy.
Other guys don't have any concern here, Duff.
We've got all the evidence we need to start removing goods.
With no sign of Mr. Liaquat or the man who claims to own the business now, will the agents have to remove goods to cover the debt? Max and Paul were in East London to recover over £1,700 from butcher Mr. Liaquat. They were told that he had left the business.
Yeah, he's gone from here.
And that it had been sold to a new owner, Mr. Nawaz.
You bought the shop off of him nearly a year ago.
But Max found paperwork with the defendant's name on it.
We've got all the evidence we need to start removing goods.
Now Mr. Nawaz must prove that he owns the business or risk losing valuable equipment.
Hello, sir. Who are you?
Mr. Nawaz.
So you're Mr. Nawaz?
Yeah.
Did I speak to you on the phone?
Yeah, you did.
You bought this business here. When did you buy it?
Nearly a year ago.
Okay. Prove it.
How do you want to prove it?
Look at what we found.
£200 was only paid last week, and this paperwork is here. So whoever paid the £200 was here. We need to see documentary evidence, otherwise we would have to take things away. Have you got bank statements here?
Yeah.
If we see bank statements, we see VAT registration.
Have you got any documents or anything for me?
It seems that Mr. Nawaz is unable to provide any proof the business has changed hands.
Okay, what's going to happen now? I need £1,710 and 12 pence.
Can I just suggest the easy way out of this? For the amount that's involved, it's not worth all this trouble.
Get him on the phone to pay it.
Get him on the phone to pay it. Otherwise your business is going to be disrupted, which we'd prefer not to do.
Look, Annie, you give me 4 days, 5 days,
No,
7 days.
not going to happen. We've got more than enough evidence to show that this gentleman has been operating from here.
We don't want to disrupt your business, but unless we see the paperwork, we have no option.
Both Max and Paul are hoping that the threat to remove assets will resolve the debt.
We'll start disconnecting the fridges. We'll take all those fridges. No, I know you did, but...
Hello, mate. Will have to be a tail lift. 4 chest freezers, plus various smaller meat cutting equipment.
With the freezers at risk, Mr. Nawaz's uncle gets Mr. Liaquat on the line.
Oh, is that him? Hello, is that Mohsin?
Yeah.
You've got some money to pay, sir. £1,710 and 12 pence. Are you going to pay this or not? Because otherwise, unless we get proof of ownership of the assets in this premises, we will be removing goods today.
That's between you and them.
Okay, he doesn't care. The gentleman who we're after, who won't front up to the problems, it's pretty evident that they did know about the debt. But he said he'll sort it out. And then, of course, the letter came and he's put that in a drawer and made a part payment.
Paul's patience is finally running out.
There are 2 choices.
Okay.
Pay or we take it away.
This is not nice.
I know it's not nice, but it's really effective. I'll just unplug the freezers.
Max gives the new owners one last chance to pay.
Sir, can you pay the £1,710?
Sir, give me that card, man.
You need it on card, sir?
Paul and Max's tough stance has worked. Mr. Nawaz's uncle pays the debt in full.
Yeah.
That's gone through.
How much?
It's nice when you find our paperwork, at least they can't say I didn't get the paperwork.
Threats,
Get hands! I'll smash his head.
anger,
Don't, sir, don't.
Call the policeman. Call the policeman!
Listen.
desperation. What happens when debt
I know my rights. Do not touch me again.
tracks you down?
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
Up and down the UK,
You come to the door, please.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents,
Can't believe that's been in it.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
Today is actually my birthday.
Because if you can't pay,
Really don't have any money to make payment.
they'll take it away. A leading insolvency firm reports that the number of businesses in the UK under financial pressure is increasing rapidly. Nearly 330,000 companies experienced financial distress during the second quarter of 2017, a 25% rise from the previous year. High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner are in Shoreditch, East London.
How much is that bike?
25 grand.
They're here to recover just over £7,000 owed by a restaurant owner for an unpaid gas bill.
We are off to a restaurant and we're looking to collect £7,250 and 19 pence.
It seems that the owner of a restaurant at the heart of London's Curry district hasn't paid the full amount due for his gas bill for several months.
I'll take it.
Park here.
Yeah.
A county court judgment was awarded against him, but he failed to pay. Now Max and Steve are here at lunchtime to get payment in cash or goods today.
Hello, miss. Can I speak to a manager, please? We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ.
But the manager not here. Can you please wait a minute?
Yeah, sure.
It's too far. Can you do?
Yeah, sure. My name's Max. I'm here with my colleague Steve Penner. We've got a High Court writ for the restaurant. You haven't paid your energy bills, commercial gas. There's an outstanding balance of £7,250 and 19 pence, which we need to collect today. No, there's no agreement in place. That's why we've been sent round. We need to collect on the balance, or we are going to be enforcing this writ now. You can come within half an hour. Okay, I'll pass you back over.
The debtor claims he's been paying off the debt by instalments and that he knows nothing about the High Court writ. But the agent's case notes say otherwise.
It's definitely not paid.
So there's no arrangements in place for them to pay money?
Absolutely nothing.
Otherwise,
there's no notes here whatsoever.
But just then, the debtor arrives.
Hello, sir. My name is Max Caraho. I'm from DCBL. We've got a High Court writ.
But they didn't say anything there, and no any letter. That's the problem.
With the greatest respect, sir, we wouldn't be sent here if there wasn't a problem.
All we are sent round is to collect on the funds owed. If we can't collect it, we have to escalate the case, take goods. We don't want to do that. I just want to collect this money.
Nothing to hide, because we paid up to date every month. We can show you how we can pay that money every month. Then we didn't know they applied for this court.
Okay.
They are not resolved yet.
The paperwork shows some payments have been made to the energy company, but not enough to stop them escalating the case to the High Court. Max makes his position clear.
We've listened to you, okay, and I understand your position. However, I'm not here to question or debate it. We're commanded here by the High Court to either collect this money or goods. The ball is completely in your court.
So what we have to do, I mean, I can't pay.
So we either need to collect this money or we'll start removing this.
I can't do it.
Okay.
You're not allowed to.
My advice to you, sir,
my advice to you
is
to go outside, please.
No. My advice to you is to tell your customers to leave, because now we're going to call for trucks to remove, and I'm going to start with that now.
You can't.
Sir, the paperwork we have gives us the authority to do what this gentleman says. He does.
You can't touch in my business. You go outside, please. I don't want you to, because I couldn't do anything at the moment. Or you give me.
You don't
or
ask.
if you give me time.
If you
just give me time.
How long do you need?
7 days.
Can't do that. We're here today. It has to be today.
Not 7 days or 5 days.
We can't. We don't have the authority.
It's clear the debtor is unwilling to settle his debt today. So Max has no choice but to start an inventory of assets in the restaurant.
Yeah, if you do chairs, tables, I'll do the other notable assets.
But the debtor has other ideas.
You have to go outside. Don't give me home.
I'm not going outside.
No, you have to go out.
No, I'm not going outside.
Then I have to call our staff.
Sorry?
Then we have to go our staff.
What do you mean you have to call your staff?
No, you have to go outside.
Not going outside?
No, you have to go outside.
Not going outside?
No way to do it.
Okay.
Don't touch it anything, right? Make a list and go. Don't touch it, please.
Get your hands off of me.
Don't touch it,
Don't touch me.
Don't touch it.
Calm down.
Lock that. Don't touch it, okay?
And the rising tension hasn't gone unnoticed.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I'm a customer.
Okay. Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Take it up with the shop.
Take it up with them, mate.
No, I've walked into this restaurant to eat.
Okay.
And you're disturbing me.
Speak to the manager. He hasn't. It's nothing to do with us.
Well, you're disturbing my food.
Mate, this isn't my argument with you. We have to come round.
This is your argument with me.
I'm
You're
not arguing
stopping
with
me
you. No.
from enjoying my food.
Sir.
I want to eat my food.
Eat your food, it's getting cold.
It is getting cold.
Eat it.
I'm running out
Eat
of
it.
my lunch
Okay,
hour.
go and eat
You're
it.
stopping me from eating.
I'm not stopping
We're not
you.
You're
interfering
stopping
with you at all.
me.
No, I'm not
You are
stopping
stopping me.
Go and eat your
Why
food.
did
I'm
you
not
go in
stopping
there?
you.
Carry
Sorry?
on.
Why did you
Carry
go
on.
in there?
Why did I go
I
in where?
wanted something
Carry on.
from there and you're in there.
Do with
Right.
everything else.
Don't shout at me.
I'm not shouting at you.
Do it with everything else.
Don't do what? Do what?
Just step
Do
it up.
what?
Right, this
Don't
is
do what?
ridiculous. Okay, that's fine. We'll get the police here.
With the situation escalating, Max calls the police.
We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ, and we've got a situation that's spiralling out of control. There's irate customers getting in my face.
This simple job has taken an unexpected turn, with the debtor refusing to pay and an angry customer obstructing them. Max and Steve are going to need all their experience to resolve this case. Max Caraher and Steve Pinner were in East London, chasing over £7,000 owed by a restaurant owner.
Nothing to hide because we pay up to date every month.
I'm not here to question or debate it. We're commanded here by the High Court to either collect this money or goods.
But the debtor refused to pay.
I mean, I can't pay.
And when the agent started an inventory of assets to seize,
Don't touch it.
tempers started to fray.
Do what?
Just step
Do
away.
what?
So Max called the police.
We've got a situation that's spiralling out of control.
Now, 10 minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Who called us?
Me, I did, yes.
So if you take a seat, we'll come to you in a minute. Let's go away.
Yeah, no problem. We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ. There it is.
What do you want us to do?
Prevent a breach of the peace.
With the police present, the customer calms down, and the debtor now seems to want to negotiate with Steve.
Where can I come with you quietly?
Give me a little time, or maybe take at least take £1,000.
They will not take less than 60%. They won't.
Please, because this is my big business, yeah?
I understand that.
Give me a little time. Okay, take £2,000. Maybe 60% because I have. You are a nice person to talk, right? Do it. Whatever is the lowest you can do it, I will give.
Sir, as much as you may be struggling, and I accept that, I know what they will say.
The debtor is adamant he can't make the minimum down payment Steve has asked for. But then Max hears some interesting information.
Steve, a customer just said that the weekends, every weekend, this place is rammed. Absolutely rammed. Busy even at lunchtime. When people tell me that they are adamant they're not going to pay, I know that this is going to be a real battle of wills. We are going to have to look for all the goods we need and get them ready to remove. There is a chance that we will have to get a van and load up all of their stuff. It could take an entire day because somebody is taking such a strong stance against us.
The agents have now been in the restaurant for 2 hours. As the debtor has made no acceptable offer of payment, Max has no choice but to start the recovery process.
The removal team are coming unless you pay the full balance. That adds on further fees. Hello, Mike. It's Max
Please,
here.
don't talk,
No,
please, because-
no. Listen, I'm deadly serious.
to me,
You said you're not going to pay it,
I'm
Mike.
serious.
I'm going to need removals because we're going to remove everything. Thanks, Mike. Cheers.
The recovery vehicles are on their way. But now, with his business at serious risk, the debtor changes his mind.
What can you do? There's no choice. I have to pay cash.
Cash.
7,000?
No, it's 8-3.
Steve explains again that because the removal process has been initiated, extra fees have now been added to the original debt.
When we walk in the door, and if you say yes to paying, it's 7,250. Because of all this, and we go around counting, it's now 8-3.
You can't just say 1,000. Then I pay that 7,000. Hold on. I'll get some more. Okay. I'll get
The balance will still be liable.
Please.
No, not having that.
Please.
You understand?
You're a good member.
I am.
want to put another £1,000.
They're coming.
He's
The removals are coming.
With the debtor not prepared to pay the full amount of his debt, the agents prepare for the arrival of the recovery truck. But then, the debtor makes an unexpected move and produces a bundle of cash.
I don't know how much you have to count it over.
Then he do it, yeah.
After saying that he wouldn't pay the £8,000 he owes, he gives the agents the full amount in cash.
Steve, you do 1,000. It's amazing how he has nothing. Absolutely amazing. There's your receipt there. That's the matter result. Thanks ever so much for your time, guys. I do appreciate it.
Goodbye. Keep straight.
You take care, sir. Have a nice evening.
After over 2 hours at the restaurant, the agent's perseverance has paid off.
Thank you very much for all your help.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. A hot Indian restaurant with lots of people shouting at you and trying to collect the best part of £8,500.
I've never liked people shouting at me. That's one thing that really annoys me immensely.
Over the first half of 2017, more than 50,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. This marks a 27% increase since the previous year, with the average reaching almost £3,000. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are on their way to Chippenham. They have a writ to collect a debt of just under £3,000 owed by Ahmed Palisi, the owner of a car wash.
So we're going into Chippenham to visit Mr. Ahmed Halitzi and JJ Hand Car Wash. A balance of £2,753.
The claimant took Mr. Palisi to court after his car was damaged whilst being cleaned at the debtor's business. A county court judgment was issued against Mr. Palisi, but he failed to pay. Now the agents are here with a High Court writ to get payment in full today.
JJ Car Wash. Hi boys. Look for Mr. Palisi.
He's just gone.
Do you want to ring him up, mate, and tell him to come back?
Yeah, sure.
He's just shot off.
He's literally just gone, mate. I'll ring him
Strange.
up. Gabi! Which one's his number? That might have been the wrong number, though.
Surely you got the number for your boss, mate?
I don't put his name on it, you know?
Just in case, like.
While the employee tries to find his boss's number, Mitch goes to check if anyone else can contact Mr. Palisi.
Do you want to give him a call, boys? Looking for Ahmed, we are, mate. Couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Do you work here, though, do you? So you work here and you don't have his number? It's a bit strange, isn't it? It's your boss. Somebody's got his number.
He don't have number, nothing.
Yeah, he hasn't got a number now, has he? Somebody's not adding up here, mate. I find it a bit special, boys, that you all work for him and you haven't got his number. Makes no sense. They always have an inkling if somebody's telling me the truth or not, or if they're hiding the truth. And that's when I'll start to drill down and find ways of getting the truth out of them. If that person's not the debtor, then it is obviously a lot harder. But then it's a bit of a cat and mouse game, to be honest with you.
With no one seemingly able to contact Mr. Palisi, the agent's only option is to remove goods from the business in his absence.
We look to seize and move assets from this address, yeah? So the only thing that's going to stop all this happening, right, is for you or somebody here to get Ahmed on the phone and get him to come down here, okay?
Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the employee tries again to reach his boss one more time.
Yeah.
Ahmed, High Court enforcement agents.
Okay.
I'll give you 5 minutes to come back here, right? Or we're going to seize all assets here.
Okay, no problem. I'm coming back.
We'll give you till 25 past.
No problem.
See you, mate.
Whilst the agents wait for Mr. Polizzi to arrive, they take a look around to see if there are any assets worth seizing. But there's little here of any value.
When are you going to that past?
25 past, you've got 3 minutes.
But then, Mr. Polizzi arrives.
Here he is. Mr. Ahmed. Perfect. High Court enforcement agents. Here to execute a High Court writ against you, unfortunately.
For what? Mercedes ring a bell, damaging his roof.
He's right.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, he's gone to the county court.
Right.
CCJ, so a county court judgment has been issued against you. They then transferred to the High Court. So you're now in possession of a High Court writ, which empowers us to remove assets from you unless the debt is paid.
Where we stand at the moment, you owe this money, okay? And it
So
needs
at
to
the
be
moment,
paid
it's
today.
£2,753.
So, when is court?
Okay.
When
so
I go to court?
It's been to court, mate.
Went to the county court and
I've not received any letter. I've not received any letter.
Okay. They've been sent, yes. You've had numerous letters from the county court with regards to the CCJ has been issued against you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, no problem. Just send it for me letter till I know what's going on.
Letters been sent, mate. You've chosen to ignore them, right?
See, this is first not my business. I've got the proof for this one.
Show me the proof, then.
Yeah, I'm good. The proof, yeah.
Mr. Polizzi now claims that he doesn't own the car wash, but the case notes say otherwise.
Can you come in inside?
Of course we can.
Open the car wash. Open the car wash, please.
Once inside, Mr. Polizzi does a U-turn and now seems to want to cooperate.
I give you £1,000 today.
Can't accept £1,000, mate. It needs to be the full balance, okay?
I have to be borrowed someone, okay?
Okay,
I
good.
can't be straight away.
Mr. Polizzi gets a colleague of his, Hassan, on the line.
Jak حسن جان باشی براغم سارێک شکاوە پێشتری بنادێتی بۆ محکەمە وەڵای ساڵێ بە پارەکە فول بێت پارەکە فول نەی دێرا پێ داخین باشتی کە زیاتر هەڵ نەیات پارەکەیان بەرێ با بڕۆن 2753 پاوان و 66 پێنج کاک حەسەن جان ئەسا ئەو پارەیە یانە من بە دوای بۆ شیەکەم بڕۆ پارەم لە تۆ ناوێ کاکە خۆم قەرزەکەم لە تۆم ناوە مەرحەباشی ناکەم بە هەموو تەمەنم وا حافیزی بێ.
There's no offer of help from Hassan, but Mr. Polizzi now seems determined to fully cooperate.
Just 2 seconds. I'm calling everyone. Right now, cash. I'm giving.
You're going to pay, mate, do you?
Yes, I'm going to pay for you guys.
Okay.
Mr. Polizzi calls another of his contacts.
والله يفريان بو هذا بچاكي بخرابي بهموش قربوا بوغمو والله يقرر ولا من اجر وزار بيصيم بيتي من حتى خوفش من انتم بس 2 ساعات ايش بارغ ديمو باش هيك دقه you want to speak with you you want to go to bank spend money in the bank.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Could you give me your bank detail? I will send you the money to your bank.
Yeah, how long will that be, sir?
20 minutes? My friend, just send me your bank detail to this number.
Okay, I'll get him to text you all the details now, right, mate? Thank you.
Mr. Polizzi's contact has agreed to make a payment of £1,500, but there's still just over £1,200 outstanding. Gareth turns up the pressure.
It's not in our account by past.
What time is it?
It's now 10 past. We are going to remove assets from you, eh?
Okay.
The deadline is set. Mr. Polizzi goes off to raise the rest of the cash. And all the agents can do now is wait.
A large part of my job is working on gut instinct. And whenever somebody tells me they're going to get the money, if I got a negative gut instinct, then I won't let them do it. But if I can see they've been genuine and honest with me and they actually do want to pay their debt, I'll give them that one chance. If they take that one chance and pay, then perfect.
Just as the time limit expires...
Here he is. 31.
Mr. Polizzi returns.
Hi, mate. We got the money on you?
Yeah.
He's been able to raise the balance of the money he owes in cash.
Thanks, buddy. You're a gentleman.
I'm going to promise to you guys, yeah, I'm paid.
Just then, his friend sends confirmation that he's paid the £1,500 he promised.
Now we're talking. It's all in, buddy. There's your receipt for the £1,200. Do you want a copy of the High Court writ?
Yeah, please. Because I'm going to take them back to High Court for myself. Maybe you guys, I send you back to bring them money for me.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm blaming this guy when he's trying to... He's put me to this position.
Take it easy, my friend.
See you, buddy.
It's been a good result for the agents.
That job could have been so much easier.
So much easier.
Yeah, he's a result for us again, but I'm happy with that.
Gareth and Mitch got a result in a tricky situation. But in Max and Steve's next case...
You going to come and answer the door?
A businessman in denial.
There's an outstanding balance, sir. Why can't you pay it?
Doesn't matter.
Gives the agents the runaround.
You can't get in by force.
Okay.
So
Is
we're
that
not going to
correct?
let you in.
Recent research from a leading financial institution has shown that more than half of all self-employed people in the UK are seriously worried about their finances. Nearly 1 in 5 earn less than £500 a month, while almost 2/3 report extended periods when they're not earning. High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner are in Edgware, North London. They have a writ to collect over £4,000 owed by a second-hand car dealer to a dissatisfied customer.
We're looking to collect £4,372.86.
Nice houses, aren't they?
Very, yeah.
It seems the debtor sold a faulty car to the claimant, but then failed to reimburse her. The case was escalated to the High Court, and a notice of enforcement was sent to the debtor's home, where he's known to be trading cars.
Should we have a check before
Yeah.
we do it?
Before they go and speak to the debtor, the agents do a quick search on his website to see whether he has any current stock they could use as leverage.
6 cars listed. Beamers, Audis.
Let's go see.
Let's give them a knock.
It appears there are plenty of assets that could be seized, but first Steve and Max need to see whether the man is willing to pay up.
It's enforcement agents here with a High Court writ. Thank you.
He's on the phone telling him you better come home.
Madam, are you going to come and answer the door?
There's still no answer. But then a man arrives.
Hello?
Who is this? No, he's not here.
He's not here? We've been told this is his property.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yes. We have a High Court writ, sir. Is that yourself?
No.
Okay, then I can't show you this paperwork.
Well, she's not going to let you in, so nice to meet you.
So you are...
Nice to meet you.
We're not leaving, sir.
Well, stay here as long as you want. You can't get in by force.
Okay.
So
Is
we're
that
not going to
correct?
let you in.
Okay.
And I know everything about it. So you
Okay.
can leave, okay?
We're not going to leave.
Stay here.
I'm going to stay here.
Stay here.
Okay.
It's clear that the man is the debtor the agents are looking for.
Are you going to deal with this, or are you just going to run away from it?
I'm going to be around, but I'm not going to let you in.
There's an outstanding balance, sir. Why can't you pay
It
it?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No. It's between me and them, okay?
It's not, unfortunately. The High Court's involved now.
Oh, man, I'm
Yes.
not going to let you in.
Yeah?
I know everything about it.
Is there any way you can make the payment?
No.
We're going round in circles here, okay?
I'm sorry, I don't want to be nasty, but that's what...
You got 6 cars listed. I'm going to find the cars.
The cars are all sold. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to find the cars and take them. I'll find them.
Sorry, man.
When a debtor looks me in the eye and refuses to pay, I don't have any respect for them. particularly if they're almost laughing and joking about it. And this is how to make me think outside the box and really go that extra mile. I've got a point to prove.
With the debtor adamant he won't pay, the agent's only option is to seize his stock.
We need to find those assets, don't we?
Knowing that he trades from his house, the agents suspect his stock is parked nearby. Max copies down details of the cars listed for sale on his website, and the agents set off to find them.
We're on the lookout for basically silver and black BMs and Audis.
White one?
White, yeah, we haven't got any white.
Then Steve spots an Audi.
It's an Audi, isn't it?
That's it. That's a vehicle listed on their website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clamp it?
Clamp it immediately, yeah.
Max goes to clamp the vehicle.
Told him I'd find his cars.
And goes to check how much the man is selling it for on his website.
See how much he wants for the Audi. $4,000.
Doesn't quite cover it.
Doesn't quite cover it. Certainly take a
big chunk out of it, yeah.
The agents now have a valuable asset they can seize. But before they call recovery, Max and Steve drive back round to give him one last chance to pay.
Okay, sir, if you don't want to come and speak to me, that's fine. Is there any way you can make the payment? We are going to remove the Audi A4. So please come and speak to me, or...
There is nothing belong to...
Okay, have you got any documents to show me? I don't want to remove it, but unless I see some documents, it will be going.
The agents can only take vehicles belonging to the business named on the writ. So to stop the Audi being removed, the man has to prove it's not a company asset.
That's a private car.
He shows them a registration document.
As a trader, you would understand that this is only proof of registration.
This document is not proof of ownership.
Not
sir.
registered keeper.
It is. Well, you've seen what you need to see, right?
No, I asked for proof of ownership.
That's proof of ownership.
Read the line out for me. This document is not proof of ownership.
Invoice plus there is tax.
Can I see the invoice?
It's the invoice which is the...
That's the proof of ownership. Are you going to show me it, sir? You're not? Would you like to empty out the vehicle because I have to remove it? I don't want to, but you're forcing my hand. I'll do an HPI.
Yeah.
With the debtor refusing to show them any evidence that the Audi doesn't belong to his company, Max calls the office for a vehicle check to see whether the car is free of finance.
Hi, Helen. Can I get an HPI on the following vehicle, please?
Yeah. Okay, I've got an Audi A4 S-Line, free of finance.
Yep.
Roughly around 1,500.
1,500?
Wow.
It seems the Audi is worth a lot less than the £4,000 the man was selling it for. But as it's the only vehicle the agents have been able to find, Max requests a recovery truck.
He won't show me any proof of ownership. We've got that vehicle seized at the moment. Can we look at removing that vehicle, please?
Yeah, I'll get on that now.
Thanks very much.
"90 minutes later, the recovery vehicle arrives. The Audi will be sold at public auction, but as it's worth less than a quarter of what the debtor owes, the agents will be back.
Fortunately, it's not over for him yet because that isn't going to cover the full balance. We'll keep coming back and finding his vehicles.
Slowly, one by one.
Yeah.
Research has shown that nearly half of all the small businesses launched in the UK every year fail within the first 5 years. More than 16,500 companies in England and Wales entered insolvency in 2016. This was 2,000 more than 2015. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Failsworth, Manchester, to recover nearly £5,000 owed by a blinds and shutters supplier to a dissatisfied customer.
Sun's out, and you've dragged me out.
To Manchester.
Why?
A business. And we're going for an outstanding balance today of £4,940.
On arrival, the shop appears to be closed.
Is there anyone inside?
No, it's in darkness.
The agents look for another way in.
This is a side entrance.
But this door is also locked. Stuart phones the owner.
Hello there, my name's Mr McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here to collect a balance of £4,940.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen,
So,
unfortunately.
what's going to happen now is I'm going to get a locksmith, okay, and then we're going to force entry into the property to collect goods in receipt of the value of, okay? So
There isn't anything in there of that money.
it's been transferred to the High Court now, okay, so it's out of the
I don't
court's hands.
understand what you're talking about, mate.
As the debtor won't talk to Stuart, Vic calls her straight back.
My name is Mr. Victor. I work with Mr. McCracken, the High Court enforcement agent. Okay, but who else runs the shop if you're not here?
Nobody. I can't afford to pay my bills. I've had loads of people not paying me. You give me 2 minutes to let me ring you back then, so I'm composing myself, because at the moment I'm crying.
Oh, the shutter's gone down.
Who's closing your shop's shutter? As we speak, someone is closing your shop's shutter. You've just told me you've got no staff.
I haven't got any staff.
So who's closing the shutter?
You know what? I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, okay. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
That's good.
Moments later, the shutters open again.
Back again. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Has to remain open though.
There's someone inside the shop.
Can't hear you, mate. I can't hear you.
Oh mate, you alright? You sure on her way down? Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Do you know how long she'll be?
Then the debtor arrives.
Alright.
I'll let you in and
Yeah.
I'll have a chat with you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Who's who?
Stuart.
I'm Stuart, that's Vic. Pleased to meet you.
Let's go inside. What can you pay today?
The
It's a county
company's
court.
got no money and it's 15 grand overdraft. What's happened is, basically with the e-commerce side of things,
Yeah.
people expect more. I've not been able to collect 28 grand's worth of money.
It's clear that the debtor's business has fallen on hard times. But the agents are duty-bound to get this case resolved one way or another.
Everything in here, the computers, the desks, the shutters, the stock in the back, all that will be removed and it will be removed in the next hour. So you need to see what you can do to try and raise something, okay? So we're either here to collect payment or remove goods.
The debtor is facing a crisis. If she can't raise enough money to satisfy the claimant, her business could be at serious risk. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Failsworth, Manchester, to collect almost £5,000 from a company supplying blinds and shutters.
Is there anyone inside?
No, it's in darkness.
At first, the shop owner wouldn't cooperate.
I don't understand what you're talking about, mate.
And when she arrived, she claimed she couldn't pay.
Company's got no money and it's 15 grand overdraft.
But the agents made it clear they would be removing goods if she didn't try to raise some funds.
The stock in the back, all that will be removed and it will be removed in the next hour.
Now Stuart and Vic hope that starting an inventory of goods in the shop might prompt the debtor to make a payment.
Oh, I take it this is the stock, is it?
This is all mismeasures.
Yeah. What, you saying this is stuff that's been cancelled?
It's mismeasures, it's worth firewood.
It appears that the stock is of low value. Stuart and Vic would have to clear most of the shop to offset the £5,000 debt.
That table there,
Yeah.
that's like 150 quid retail.
That table will get about 20 quid at auction.
Oh, it's just awful, like.
I know.
I've bought that.
But the debtor reveals something that could stop the agents in their tracks.
At the moment, the company's going into liquidation. Right.
Is it in liquidation, or are you
Yeah.
applying to go in liquidation?
No, it's sorted.
Has it gone through court?
Well, it's not. No, it's all on the
Okay.
process.
It's a process.
I've never done it before.
It's a process then.
Right.
It appears that the company isn't in liquidation yet, so the writ can still be enforced. But the debtor's time to raise some funds is running out.
If you can tell me 100% today you can't pay, right? Then we have to take goods.
Yeah,
I don't want to take your
No,
goods.
it's all right. I want you'll have to. I've got nothing else.
Are you sure?
With the debtor adamant she can't pay, Stuart calls for recovery.
Hi mate, you alright? We need a 7.5 tonne for the weight, with all the shutters and everything, because there is quite a lot of stock. Alright, see you later. Bye bye. Right, auctioneers are on their way.
The debtor's friend arrives to offer moral support.
Need to make you aware, because the goods have been seized, I'll have to turn the phones off. If you've got a mobile, you can make a phone call on. They've been seized.
But the situation is taking its toll.
Yeah, time's run out now. I think to a lot of people, when we do take control of goods, especially in a commercial premises, it really is the end of the line. And I think people just want it done as quickly as possible, and then they can move on with their lives and try and figure out how do they move on. But sadly, we're in that job where we do see people that have literally lost everything.
30 minutes later, the recovery vehicles arrive.
Hello!
Yeah,
How are you keeping? You alright?
Regulars now.
In you go. Help yourself. Right, what we've got is everything here, basically. There's stock here, there's blinds, custom blinds, and then through here,
Got it.
there's all this stock in here, all through here. I mean, there's just loads of it. Everything, mate, yeah. Yeah. And then just the basic computer stuff, desks.
Right.
Yeah.
But seeing her stock being taken away is too much.
Right, well, I need
Yeah.
time out, mate,
Yeah.
so I need a break for...
You'll be alright.
I'm going to go get a McDonald's or something.
I think she's past caring, isn't she? I think she's had enough of the business, maybe.
Yeah, no, she's had enough of the business, but I've been telling her for months. And I did say to her, look, the High Court will just turn it up.
The agents complete the removal in the debtor's absence.
I'm just putting everything in here, mate, and then they can decide what's what. Can you just give me a quick scribble for yourself as well, mate?
Glad to be of service.
The stock and office equipment will be sold at auction. But if the sale doesn't cover the almost £5,000 debt, the agents will be back.
Well, Vic, another day, another removal.
Yeah, another day, another dollar.